Hello, I'm Clayton Burch, State Superintendent of Schools. We're now reaching the one-year anniversary in which the pandemic changed the face of education in West Virginia. It was a year ago on March 13th, the Governor Justice closed our schools in response to the pandemic. Immediately, our teachers, our service personnel, our school systems reacted to support each and every child. Our teachers stepped up to the plate to ensure learning continued, and as a state, we took care of our children, ensuring meals were available immediately. Within 48 hours, websites, meal distribution plans, remote learning plans were in place. To commemorate this, we've launched a timeline of the COVID-19 pandemic on the West Virginia Department of Education website. We want to make sure that this collaboration and emphasis is placed on all those who stepped up to the plate during this time. You can visit it at WVDE.us. It's important to recognize that our governor, our legislators, our West Virginia Board of Education, our superintendents, principals, teachers, bus drivers, cafeteria workers, anybody involved in the state of West Virginia to support our children, from pre-K all the way to higher education. Chancellor Tucker, DHHR, the National Guard, everyone who stepped up to the plate to help us, we want to make sure we capture all the work that was done over the course of that year. At a single click of the mouse, you can see the full version, month by month, day by day. This timeline captures everything, again, from remote learning to meals. Many don't realize that within 48 hours, we had to move quickly to ensure there was a plan to feed each and every one of the 250,000 children. Meals from March through December equaled 34 million served. That is so many more than years past. What our state did to step up to the plate during this time of crisis was absolutely amazing. What the timeline represents is our educators and school staff's efforts to care for the whole child. We capture West Virginia Public Broadcasting, all the work our teachers have done to provide content to our children 5 days a week during the pandemic, our teachers providing content to West Virginia students. The timeline captures the Blue Ribbon Book Club, partnership with June Harless Center and the Dolly Parton Foundation, providing over 200,000 books to every West Virginia child under second grade. It also captures the work of Kids Connect, knowing that we had a gap with broadband and access, working hand in hand with the governor, the National Guard, Higher Education Policy Commission and Chancellor Tucker. 1,000 Wi-Fi spots were placed across the state within 30 days. So before September 8th, there was so much work that had been done. And who can forget the map? Trying to figure out a system to get our kids back in safely during the fall of 2020. DHHR Secretary Crouch, our COVID czar, Dr. Clay Marsh, our governor, our General Hoyer with the National Guard, all working together to create a system that each week we tuned in to see if it was safe to enter or safe not. We capture all that within the timeline. We capture the mitigation strategies and what we've learned during the course of the year to make sure it was safe to return in January to full in-person. And as we turned that corner in January, when the governor announced vaccinations would begin, we were the first state to target 50 and older teachers. Within weeks of the return to school, all teachers 50 and older were vaccinated. And we will continue to update the timeline as vaccination milestones are hit each and every week until each and every teacher is vaccinated. Please, I encourage you to visit the timeline. Take a look at the work that all partners have done during this time, and it really captures what each and every one of us has done to make sure the entire child, every child in West Virginia, needs are met during this crisis.